Hi everyone, Kate here, and today we will be discussing how women in 1915 washed their hair, as described in the book Beauty a Duty, The Art of Keeping Young. The section of the book I'm featuring in this video is not so much focused on what products to use, but more about the logistics of shampooing. Now you may be thinking, what do I mean by logistics of shampooing? Well, I mean things like how often does the hair need to be washed, what steps are required, and how to find a good operator to wash your hair. Yes, while this book says you can wash your own hair if you have to, it does spend a lot of time discussing what to look for in a professional shampooer. Because apparently, if you have a lot of hair, you may find it difficult to deal with all that weight with your delicate little lady arms. Okay, it doesn't exactly say that, but it's sort of implied. Well, I don't want to give away any more spoilers, so let's just jump right into the article. As it is a noticeable fact that there is less liability of the hair to fall after it has been shampooed, a good reason is furnished for doing it regularly. On account of exposure to cold and the length of time required to go to a hairdresser, every woman would doubtless prefer to have this work of her toilet done in her own home. If she is so situated that it is not convenient for her to have someone at home to do the work for her, she can do it successfully herself, though this is tiring if the hair be heavy. Whether one be her own operator or not, she understands her own hair best and should be sufficiently intelligent in regard to its care, as observed by careful study of results of experience, to direct its treatment. One may be amenable to suggestions from a shampooer, but it must be borne in mind that operators are not all educated. Many of them have not even a high school education, and there are too many who have little real scientific knowledge. If you go to a massage parlor, knowing your own condition and requirements best, the operator will readily carry out your desires for treatment. You supply the knowledge, and the operator the work. It is not wise to experiment with one's own hair according to the whims of this operator and that one. Learn the best treatment for you and stick to it. It must be borne in mind, also in shampooing as well as brushing, and in fact all treatment of the hair, that it must be handled gently and deftly. Many professional shampooers treat the hair altogether too harshly, especially in brushing and combing. They are either ignorant, in a hurry, or extremely careless, and such an operator should be assiduously avoided. Many tactless operators would make a woman believe she had a dreadful scalp disease when she discovers a few flakes of loose skin, simply to get permission to give some extra treatment or to apply some so-called tonic, so that when the complicated process is finished, her nerves are all on edge and her scalp overworked, instead of feeling rested and pleased. Too great vigor is not desirable. In large shampooing parlors, the time of the operators is rigidly regulated by the management, and an operator definitely understands she is allowed just so much time and no more, no matter what the individual case. Many scalp diseases, falling, uneven, and brittle hair may be attributed to this hurry, and to a lack of intelligent attention to individual condition in giving the shampoo. When the scalp is treated firmly and deftly, the shampoo is a luxury and will give a happy, restful hour. A shampoo properly done takes at least an hour, because it should always be accompanied with massage of the scalp. If it lasts only half an hour, it will in most cases leave the hair dry and lusterless, because to save time of more careful work, soap containing too much alkali is used to more quickly remove the oil, or the hair is not properly rinsed, or electricity is substituted for proper massage. Or the hair is dried too quickly. Whenever you see a load of abundant, glossy, soft hair, you are safe in assuming that that person has had hair treated with respect and intelligence, and that it has had regular, systematic care. The idea that washing causes a falling of the hair is a mistake. Any hairs that will come out in the process of the shampoo, as per following the directions, would be loose hairs and would come out in the brushing a little later if not washed. The loose, dead hair is better removed from the scalp so as to make room for the fresh to grow. On account of the ease with which dirt may sift through short hair, a man's hair should be shampooed about once a week. If dandruff exists, it may be washed every 3 to 4 days. However, with either men or women, there can be no fixed rule for the frequency of shampoo, as it depends upon the conditions about one, also upon the frequency with which the dust is brushed from the hair. It may be kept moderately clean with regular light brushing every day, but the foreign particles of dirt and dust, if allowed to collect, will stop up the hair follicles and may cause an irritation of the scalp. If the hair is not brushed thoroughly, it needs shampooing more frequently. If a woman lives in the country, where the air is free from dust, once in 5 or 6 weeks may be frequent enough, unless the hair becomes too oily. Then it must be washed more frequently. On the other hand, if one lives in a smoky atmosphere, once a week is not too frequent. Whenever the hair looks stringy or oily, clings to the scalp, and looks dusty and dull, it should be cleansed. You need not be afraid of making the hair too dry by frequent shampooing if you do not use a soap containing free alkali. The massage accompanying the shampoo stimulates the flow of oil from the roots. Remember also that the massage, which thoroughly loosens the scalp and loosens the skin, is just as important a factor in the shampoo as the water. If the hair is washed, rinsed, and dried properly, it will look refreshingly clean, glossy, and healthy, and the scalp will feel clean, warm, and wholesome. But care must be used in the selection of materials for shampooing and in the thorough rinsing of the hair afterwards. Do not allow your hairdresser to use a liquid shampoo or a shampoo powder which she may buy or prepare. These prepared shampoos contain too much borax, potash, soda, or ammonia, to which alcohol has been added to preserve it. They are drying in their nature and will leave your hair brittle. Operators like to use these because they cut the oil and the shampoo requires less time. Many operators will tell you that there is no alkali in the shampoo used, but few operators know the composition of the shampoo liquid. This is a secret which the manufacturer holds. He could not afford to make it public. This secret is his capital. Use nothing on your hair or face which you do not understand. Simple ingredients are best. And I'm going to stop reading there for today. The different types of shampoos, such as egg shampoos, are discussed later on in this chapter, but we will have to leave that for another video. Okay, so my thoughts. Most of the information in this article is very in line with other publications from this time period, as well as the slightly earlier Edwardian era. Do keep in mind, however, this is an American publication aimed at American women. Not everything here would have been applicable elsewhere in the world, as Europe was already in the grips of the First World War. I found the emphasis on knowing the ingredients of products being used was quite interesting, It's very much like today and the trends towards buying more natural products, although of course dangerous products were often a lot more dangerous back in the 1910s. There were a lot of harsh products marketed as shampoos back then, and given the lack of labeling laws, it could be hard to know exactly what you were putting on your scalp. You may also have noticed there was no mention of one common element in a modern girl's hair care routine: conditioner. Without this product, great care had to be taken to stimulate and distribute the natural oils. The scalp massage here is in fact acting as a conditioner. Now, women did use hair oils as well during this time period, so it wasn't the only source of moisture for the hair, but it is understandable why massage was given such importance in a way that just isn't seen with more modern hair cleansing routines. On a side note, if you have recently hennaed your hair, do not record a shampoo themed video. Henna does tend to bleed for the first wash or two, and you will end up getting henna stains all over your light colored nightgown. Luckily the stains came out, but I was kicking myself for not thinking that through. Well, that's it for this week. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! This video is made possible through the generous support of my Patreon members. Thank you.